Oh, sorry. I thought they were coming at 3. Oh, you're early. That's okay. We were just reading our summer reading club books. But yeah, Shiloh's right. Let's get started on case 1. Let's go.
Alright, detectives, these are the supplies that you will need for case 1, plant your undies. So the first thing that you will need is 100% cotton underwear. You will also need your top secret notebook, a piece of colored paper, a bamboo stick, glue, a shovel, and adult assistance. Let's get going. Now, me and Shiloh didn't like how plain our flag was, so we decided that we were going to decorate it a little. So you can decorate your flag any way you want: pens, pencils, pencil crayons, paint, whatever you want and whatever works well for you. I decided to use pens just because I find it the easiest, but if you don't, totally find something that works for you. And I decided to write on my flag Master of Mysteries and Shiloh because I want anyone who sees the flag to know exactly whose underpants are buried there. And then I decided to add a couple squiggles here and there, but the blue marker didn't end up showing up as well as I wanted it to. And then I also tried to use a lighter pink, but it just didn't show up at all. So if that happens to you, don't worry. It's just because the paper is a different color. And so be aware that your colors may not show up on your flag the way that you want them to. But don't worry about it. Just keep moving on through. Your design will look fantastic once you're done. And I added a little border just to make it a little fancy. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go and get your glue and your bamboo stick and turn your flag over and run some glue up the length of the flag and add your bamboo stick, but make sure that the pointy side is facing down. I accidentally forgot, but don't worry if you do this. It still sticks in the ground, and wait for it to dry. I didn't, but it still worked out okay. So now you're ready for step 2, which is digging the hole. So you are going to want to grab your digging utensil and the adult who is helping you, and you will want to find a place where you can dig your hole. Here's Shiloh trying to help us dig our hole for our underwear.
Now, Shiloh tried to help me with the digging, but she was going a little bit too slow for me. And all I have is this big shovel. If you have a smaller one, that works great too. And so I'm just going to dig the hole for my undies. Now, I dug mine a little deep because Shiloh insisted that the underwear have to be planted deep in the earth. So now what you're going to do is grab your underwear. These are mine and Shiloh's. And you're going to put them in the ground. And don't forget to cover them up after you are done. And once they are covered, you are going to grab your flag. This is mine and Shiloh's. And you are going to mark where you've planted your undies. And do not touch them for 7 weeks. Now, Shiloh insisted we water the underpants because of her hypothesis, which we'll tell you about in a minute. So, I'm just going to quickly give them a little water. Oh. Now let's go talk about a hypothesis.
Science Corner!
Hello, detectives. Welcome to Science Corner with Chloe, Master of Mysteries, and Shiloh. Shiloh, pop into the frame, my friend. She's trying to lay down because it is so hot, she feels like her fur is melting off. Now, what is this fancy word? Hypothesis. What does it mean? Well, a hypothesis comes from science. And it means when you have a question about something, like why does the ground feel so crumbly right now? And then you use your knowledge. Why is the ground crumbly? Because I'm standing on dirt. And then you are able to hypothesize why, or guess why the ground is crumbly. I'll give you an example. Because you might be thinking, what does that mean? Hypothesis! How do I use it? So, if Shiloh is standing in front of her bowl, it's 8 a.m., she's looking at me, and I am thinking, why is she standing there? Well, what do I know about Shiloh? I know she stands in front of her bowl when she is hungry. I also know 8 a.m. is when she likes to eat. And so I can guess or hypothesize that she is hungry. And so I go grab her bowl and scoop some food into it, put it in front of her, and what do we get? Shiloh eating her food. So my guess or my hypothesis was correct. Now, how do you make a hypothesis for yourself? Well, first you want to think, what is going to happen when I plant my underwear? Think about it. And then tap into your knowledge, and then you will decide, do I think it's going to grow something? Do I think it's going to disappear and not exist anymore? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take out your top secret notebook and you're going to write your hypothesis down. I think it's going to turn into a plant. You're going to write that down if that's your hypothesis. And then you're going to wait. Leave your underwear for 7 weeks. And then, after 7 weeks is up, what you are going to do is you're going to dig up your underwear and see if your guess or your hypothesis was right. Now, Shiloh, what do you think is going to happen to your underwear? Oh, interesting. Shiloh hypothesized that her underwear is going to grow into a tree, an underwear tree, just for her. Now, we'll have to wait 7 weeks, Shiloh, to see if your hypothesis is right. And I think the underwear is just going to vanish into thin air. So let's see if your hypothesis is correct.
Remember that you can plant your underwear at one of 4 community gardens. I took a video at Powell River General Hospital Garden just so you could have a look around before you go. Well, detectives, that's it for case 1. Well done. And if you decide to plant your undies at the hospital community garden, keep an eye out because me and Shiloh also decided that it would be super fun to plant our underwear there. And so look for our flag. It is standing tall and it says Shiloh and Master of Mysteries, so you will not miss it. And if you decided to plant your underwear somewhere else, do not worry because you can still go to the community gardens and check out what everyone else has planted. Make sure that you remember to contact the community gardens before you go to make sure that everything is ready for you to plant your underwear. And also remember to wear sunscreen, a hat, stay in the shade maybe, drink lots of water because it is a hot time out there and you have to be very careful that you do not overheat. It is almost like we are a casserole and the world is an oven and somebody has just cranked up the heat and decided that it's time for dinner. So be careful and I will see you next week for case 2.